So our third guest is one of my favorite people. I always want to say this. Bring me Addison's book from the outside. So you can bring up Dr. Addison Killeen, one of my favorite people. I'm on, when you see him on, this is the workout program I'm on to make myself look like Addison. So you can bring Addison up to the screen here. Hey, Addison, I know you're between Addison life. Are you between patients or what do you got going on?
No, just enjoying a non-clinical day. So I had a leadership development meeting with my team this morning, and then just doing other meetings this afternoon. So yeah, just trying to.
I like
the first L is learning.
Non-clinical days can be frustrating, but there's also like you just feel like my Zoom can't turn on. I can't see. You can't do that to a patient, right? They're only away from you.
Exactly.
So I have the book here, Addison. I wanted you to share in a minute, but Addison has written this amazing book on the Associate Dentist Manual for Success. Addison, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, so basically every time I come up with a book idea, it's basically to solve the most pressing questions that I always get asked on my coaching calls with clients and, messages from Facebook users and all that. And really a lot of us are experiencing growth post-COVID, and we're just like worked to the bone, and we're just like, oh, this sucks. So we want to hire associates. And as well, associates want to come to a practice where they're going to learn and, grow and develop. And so basically this book, it mostly serves the people that are hiring the associates. And it's just, this is how you should bring on an associate. This is how you should look for them, onboard them, hire them correctly, and build a success path for them so that they don't hate you and leave you in 6 months.
I like that. I want to pause you for a second. Nacho team, we make the DSN text code and we'll get people this book. We're doing a gift away. So if you text DSN to this number to learn more for our job cake. Addison, I found that sometimes there's mismanaged expectations and unrealistic expectations of a practice owner when they hire an associate. Does this book help with that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, and it's part of your own expectations, and you wonder, am I busy enough? And I'm going to hire this associate. My life's going to instantly get easier. That's not the case. The first 6 months, it is your job to coach this new dentist. Yeah. And they might already be a dentist of 10 years, but they just need to be coached in how you want things done. Because, dentists are weird. You and I can agree on that.
Yeah.
We're weird people, and we all get ruts in our ways.
We went to 4 years of school to become weird. We got a degree in it, right? We started as nice people who wanted to learn. Dental school made us cry. And on the other end, this is what we became, right?
Yeah, we don't have a bachelor's in weirdness. We have doctorates.
That's great.
So it's kind of, but if you bring in this person and you don't tell them exactly how you want things done, and you don't have weekly meetings and a cadence of accountability, and you don't have a follow-up system to know that their clinical dentistry is up to your standards or the way that you want things done. I mean, some people love using amalgam pins and some people think that they're crazy. So just however you do dentistry, you need to kind of follow up with that person to make sure they're doing the things the right way. So, these books that we, like myself and Dr. Costas keep putting out is all built around these most pressing questions. And, I'm proud to say my co-authors on the associate book, Dr. Jason Tanuri and Dr. Summer Casmal, are the most badass dentists that I know. And so, kind of from all of us together, it's the wisdom of, probably 30 to 40 associate dentists that we've hired, and hopefully not many of them we've had to fire, but just, it's a lot of wisdom gleaned in there.
I love that. I don't know if Jason's watching, but on page 187, you should have done a picture of him doing pull-ups on a volcano instead of this nonsense. But Jason's been a Dentist Job Connect client. You guys can share how people connect Dentist Job Connect. I mean, here's one of the things, I'm a big Seinfeld fan, and there's a big thing of you don't know how to take the reservation, right? They didn't have the car for him. Just getting the associate is step one. And with this book, I mean, I might be the perfect parent, Addison, but maybe some parents need some parenting help when they have a child. I'm just joking. My 3-year-old is acting like a teenager. Would this be good for someone who even currently has an associate and wants to do better?
Oh, yeah. So even if you've already hired them and you're like, I need to hold them accountable now. Okay, well, this is the book that's okay, these are some systems. And it comes with all the downloadable templates of okay, this is the cadence for how we want to start checking, class 2s or crown preps or implants. And it just gives you, a bunch of the information to know that maybe what you're experiencing isn't all that infrequent. I mean, associates are dentists too, and they're weird like us. And so we can't expect them to come in and be perfect. We need to give them guidance and give them onboarding.
Totally. And I am the most amazing dad. Was my mentor, friend. He passed away a few years ago, but I wanted to quit dental school midway through because I was really frustrated with it. And he said, Paul, do whatever you want to do, but I just want to let you know, one day doing the dentistry is going to be the easy part, and it's all the other stuff. So I want to share, I have associates. Most of the challenges come with team and patient management. Most of it come with, what do you say to that 78-year-old who said no to a crown 10 times to you and now thinks your associate's trying to rip them off, right? So there's so many things beyond holding the drill. Would you agree with that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Dentistry is the easiest part of my day, my week. Like, I love doing clinical dentistry because I do the easy stuff. Like, I don't like, I'm not interested in doing the crazy all on X cases or anything. I've got associates for that, partners for that. And so, I don't have to do anything crazy. It's the building leadership, building trust, and coaching these other associates to become killers in their own right so that they can feel successful. And so they hopefully don't ever leave me. Like, I'm going to be a clinger stage 5 once I develop a really good associate.
Right. Yeah. That's why when I lectured, I always said, I start off with, sometimes something that happens good to someone else is terrible for you. Your associate says, hey, I bought a practice. Oh, hooray. And then you're just thinking, but when you have systems in place, like you teach, I think that is just so key. And, I know, Mark, and you say, be a systems dependent practice, not a people dependent practice. Yep. So you can replicate this. I have something to share with you. This was for me, Addison, but I'll share it with you because I like you. I think we should get Aha to sponsor it, and you could be Addison's Aha Moment for associate placement. We'll share it. Dr. Nacho's Addison's Aha Moment, and I think that's what you're doing with this book, giving dentists aha moments that it's harder to onboard an associate than you think. It's harder to keep it up. It's harder to manage the team with it. But when it goes right, share with us just for a minute about your life. When this goes right and you go from 1 associate to 2 associates or 3 or whatever, how does that really help you as a practice owner, whether it's do other things, whether it's have more time with your family? Share that with us.
I mean, it's for me, it's the vacation factor, so that when I take a couple days off, I know one of my associates can cover for me.
Yeah.
And so it's just being able to leave the practice. Now, as long as you're still a producer in the practice, an associate is usually about 50% of their revenues as pure profit to the owner.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking at hiring an associate, it's a really good financial decision, but it's not easy. Like, it's simple as long as you follow this book, but it's not necessarily easy. So, but financially it's really good as long as you can turn them into a good producer and team member on your practice. Because there's also this times when they're toxic and it's really bad.
Yeah.
So that's where
it's all about that self-evaluation. Owners will call me up and say, Paul, my associate does this. Isn't it terrible? I go, that's normal, right? You're the one who needs to be reframed. Then on the other side, they might say, my associate is doing X, Y, and Z. I say, that sounds like it's going to be a problem. It might be best to invite them to work in a different environment because this. So I think you're doing the work of the Lord G.V. Black, Addison. It really is impressive. Now, go ahead. I want you to go ahead.
Well, and the other thing is sometimes you hire an associate because you think you're busy enough, and then you don't give them any resources to succeed, or they don't give them any marketing. And so this book does talk a little bit about the marketing aspect. Yeah. And we just put out a new marketing book last week at the Dental Success Summit. So, that goes into like way deeper marketing techniques and strategies.
Such a key point. You have to have enough production, which I call pizza, to share. And too often dentists are making business decisions based on feelings, and that's worked out precisely never times, right? Because you say, I feel busy in this moment, and that's where you really, and when these things get mismanaged, disaster happens, but when they come together well, it really works out well. Before I wrap up, I want to do one thing. I was at the Dental Success Summit, love seeing you and Mark in person, love that weekend. Talk about the DSN. If someone's just scrolling by for the first time, what is the DSN? How do they join? What kind of value do they get out of it?
Yeah, so Dental Success Network is it's the private group that we've created, the software that includes continuing education, vendor savings, and a private community with coaching with myself, with Mark Costas, all of our black belt coaches, and other clinical faculty who are just amazing. And, of course, yourself is on there too. And so, basically it's a positive, you are very positive, which I'm very thankful for. But, this is also a positive community, private, just for dentists. but it pays for itself. I mean, that it pays for itself through vendor savings. So if you want to learn more, go to dentalsuccessnetwork.com to sign up for a consultation. And basically, the reason we do a consultation with you is to make sure that we will instantly help you pay for your membership fee through vendor savings. And then it's like you get a community and CE for free. So
I mean, it's an awesome group. I mean, I love being part of it. You guys are doing awesome work with it. Stick around for a minute, Addison. I want you to the other people, but everyone else on Talking Nachos, great episode. Really enjoyed chatting with you. Put up our Travis code one more time. Come to Philadelphia. Food, fun, friends, face-to-face interaction. This fall, text Travis to 215-543-6454.